Hey there, welcome to episode 36 of the Buy Me an Update audio program. I'm your host, Dan Hugo. We're recording this at 8:20 p.m. on July 27th, 2025 for publication Monday morning, the 28th of July, in the two usual places now. Actually, technically more than two, really, when you think about it. The Buy Me an Update audio program, a weekly program published on Mondays, a quick rundown on the previous week's audio program topics and any news and announcements upcoming. This week's title, GTD. GTD, otherwise known as Getting Things Done, was once upon a time a new idea to organize effort into productivity. Whatever happened to that? Wouldn't I like to know? The links for today's program will be expanded now to include links to all of my audio programs directly. You can still find them all at buymeanupdate.com/DanHugo. If you found this audio program on the buymeacoffee.com/DanHugo/posts, you just have to go up to the Dan Hugo profile page, buymeacoffee.com/DanHugo, all of my audio program links and more. The other coffee website, ko-fi.com/DanHugo, ko-fi.com/DanHugo, and the Coffee Solo audio program, ko-fi.com/DanHugo/posts, published whenever about whatever. Those are also available on Spotify with RSS feeds. Last week, Let's Innovate for Vegas was about wagering one's time, effort, and expertise on open source with maybe getting something in return down the road. Hint, you will, but it's sometimes kind of a pain. Sometimes we'll try to make that better from our corner of the universe. Quaggling Sand was about my experiences with maps of all kinds, including some of the old school paper kind where you could fold and unfold and you might even write on them. FFS Talk was about that one class we all took around junior high or maybe high school that let us know that the government of the United States belongs to us and we need to do some things to keep that true. We should all be forced to retake that class called civics. Cafe Genius Impresarios was all about capturing and finding and using data in the entrepreneurial innovation ecosystem of Greater Vegas and maybe elsewhere. We can and must do better at that, really. Upcoming, there are time management and personal and professional information management and Notion management tools all around us. I have a few myself already installed, ready to go. I use Obsidian for my audio production. I'm reading from my bullet list right now. Yet my to-do list continues to grow as an amorphous being with a life of its own and doesn't really pay attention to me. And vice versa. Can I change this? I must, starting with Task Warrior, a free tool I've had installed this whole time on my Linux machine. I must begin to use it. It's super easy, super free. Why not? We'll see how that goes this week. I have most of my audio programs now registered, I think, except for Innovate for Vegas, or Let's Innovate for Vegas. That's separated. But registered now with the Apple Podcast infrastructure, I guess. So they should be available for the iTunes crowd. YouTube channels coming next. That's also a sort of a pain in the butt. Distributing via RSS is not supposed to be this tricky. Apple is a walled garden. YouTube also to some extent. So be it. Links on the Spotify creator page is linked in the Buy Me a Coffee profile, buymeacoffee.com/DanHugo. They all include now links to the iTunes or Apple Podcast source for my various shows. You can subscribe there if you're an iTunes person. Finally, websites. I need to deploy a bunch of websites and for various media productions so that they have a primary point of publication, but also to get all of my web-oriented ideas online with at least a base presence. It takes too long. Automation is key here, but it need not be artificial intelligence. It does, though, need to be. On that note, we're cutting it too close to 5 minutes this week, but I believe we remained under. You have a great one, and be sure and catch all of my various audio programs, past and future. Bye-bye.